Yeah, I should probably be getting on with that, but I need to go into town more importantly, because up and running, my running shop is open, the town is open, we get to just wander around and feel like normal humans again. Then I guess I need to address how I'm going to stop lurching from injury to injury all of 2020 so far and take my training and my running to the next level. Town first. This represents a very exciting time for us, doesn't it, Mary?
What?
Well, the fact that we're going into town and to actually see things, and shops might be open and we're going to buy lunch.
Yeah, I've got 2 shops I really want to go to.
Me too.
Oh.
Well, 1 shop.
Just 1?
Is ours the same?
Yeah.
Where?
I reckon.
Up and running.
Yeah.
Get to go to our running shop. Hey! This is about as exciting as it gets for us. Up and running, a shop for the first time.
Is it exciting?
Yeah. Well, that didn't quite go to plan because the queue is too big. So where are we going, Mary?
Oliver Bonus.
Well, you are. I'm going to wander. Maybe go and get the coffees.
Yeah.
Take 2, I just spilt coffee over my hand trying to turn this on. We're going to try up and running again because I need to go in a shop. So I ended up buying this, actually, instead of trainers or socks like I thought I was going to get. Got these. I'm going to prioritise my strength and conditioning, and the first thing I've done is I bought these mini power loops. They're just the loops that go around your knees and you do lateral movements and forward movements and just stabilise and work on the core. And I just think that's what I'm not prioritising, and I need to, and I am doing core workouts, but just probably not enough. And you're not doing really any anymore, are you?
No, sorry, I'm trying to concentrate.
I know you're trying to concentrate. So the new plan is to maybe try and do the weights and some of the heavier strength and conditioning after I've done my cycle or my run, because part of the thing that stops me doing it in the first place is the frustration that I have to sit on the turbo for 10 minutes or go for a run to warm the muscles up properly, because I've learnt from past experience that trying to lift weights, even though they're not heavy, but trying to lift weights with no warm-up whatsoever has got me into trouble. And I think that is my stumbling block. Whenever I think, oh, I need to do a strength and conditioning workout, I think, oh God, then I've got to go on the turbo for 10 minutes. It just winds me up. So I'm going to try and do 10 to 15 minutes every time I run or cycle afterwards. Just some squats, some pull-ups, some real basic core and compound strength. That's what I think I'm going to do, and then I'm going to actually save my dedicated strength and conditioning sessions for things I don't need to warm up for, like Pilates and these types of sessions. Then I think I might see some real benefits. Consistency, I always preach that, and I need to now practice what I preach. You're also in for a treat because we're about to play the game of Jeopardy we like to play every few weeks when Mary cuts my hair, and I hope that she doesn't cut straight into the middle or something like that. It's, it's a game I like to play, a little bit of chance. I'm not sure Mary likes to play it as much as me, but
Done it twice now.
yeah, you've done it very well. I'm very happy with how you've done it. It's just we're always one step away from shaving off a middle bit of my head or something. Mary's not hanging about today. That is a slight worry for me. I can't work out whether I'm looking like a teddy boy from Greece or Wolverine right now.
Like Wolverine.
Yeah, I think I'd probably prefer Wolverine. The reason I'm making this video is so that you can learn from my mistakes, like I'm still trying to learn. And I guess what I'm getting at is that when I was really young, I treated my body, this is a phrase I stole from Ross Edgley, by the way, it's not my phrase, but I treated my body like an ornament and not an instrument. When I was 16 to probably 20, I was very obsessed with being ripped, you know, having a six-pack, having muscles, looking good, what I'd now call disco muscles, the muscles that you can see in a mirror and people can see, but they're not necessarily the most important muscles. And that's the mistake I made early on, is neglecting the important muscles. So I did things like 1,000 sit-ups a night, just every single night. I remember in my living room just doing sit-ups, 1,000 whilst watching TV, and just to have like this six-pack that I could be proud of. And what I've ended up doing is really doing a number on my back, because, you know, if you've got the muscles on the front, you've also got the kind of opposite muscles on the back that do a job to stabilize when the front is working, and vice versa. They're called agonist-antagonist muscles. And I have had a history of back problems since then because of what I did when I was younger, and I'm now trying to play catch up, and this is the issue that I'm facing, is how do you catch up? Ask yourself this: would you rather have a body that did exactly what you wanted it to do, or would you rather have a body that looked good? So would you rather have an instrument, or would you rather have an ornament? That's what it boils down to. And I know that there are a lucky number of people that can have both. I'm not denying that. But if you were given the choice of you could only have one, I'm pretty certain I know where most of us would land, right? Or where I would hope we would all land. Mary's just admitted she's given me a wedgie. Can you film the wedgie and point it out?
Oh, I can't. Hang on. So, just here.
No, the thing is, with people that say that they can even it up, it eventually just means I go bald right all the way to the top, because you just keep evening it up. See, I'm fed up personally with having what I would call an ornament over an instrument, and it's a long process. It's not like this happens overnight, but over the last 10 years, I've done a lot of weights, I've done a lot of what I would call strength and conditioning, but maybe I haven't even focused properly on what I would call my core yet. I mean, I have to a certain extent, and certainly in the athletes I coach, we work hard on their core as much as we do their visible muscles, and I need to focus on that more myself, and I need to focus on more getting consistency in my training, because consistency is the king here. Oh, what do you think? I actually think she's done a great job again. You know, I think you could be a hairdresser, Mary. I'm happy with that. I need to go and wash it off now. And then we're going to talk core. What is the core? Because I realise I haven't actually addressed that part so far of what does the core represent to me and what should it represent to us. This is the bit we all love after a haircut. Oh, it's cold. Should have done warm water. Your core muscles tend to be those that lie deep inside your body under the muscles you can see in the mirror. Rather than movement, their function is to stabilise, to balance, to provide a platform or strong base for your bigger, more powerful muscles to work off of. Imagine trying to do a press up on a beanbag. That would be a weak core. You can't fire a cannon out of a canoe. But I'd also add all of the stabiliser muscles around the body rather than just in the torso into this. Do you think it's just the big muscles that are working here on my ankle and foot when I'm standing on one leg? There are so many tiny muscles firing off to keep me upright, and we mustn't forget these either. It's been a funny sort of a few days, really. I think I forgot to mention at all that this video was supposed to be something completely different about 3 days ago, and I actually tweaked my back about 2 days ago, and I got so frustrated and so down about it that I just keep lurching from injury to injury that I thought I'll almost make myself accountable by making a video about strength and conditioning and try and up my game and try and up Mary's game and try and help all of you as well, because I think, what?
I didn't know this involved me.
Well, I was trying to help, aren't I? But I've said it 2 weeks ago or something like that. The wisdom doesn't come from learning from your own experiences. Wisdom comes from learning from other people's experiences. And if I can help anyone by my own woes and injuries and my learning process, then I'm all for that. And that is about the state of play as it stands. I've bought these. I'm going to try and implement them into my regime, routine, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, interesting. So I've got my, what would you call them? Power bands. I guess I've got my power bands. I'm going to put them into my routine. And I would just urge you to at least consider making strength and conditioning a very big part of what you do when you exercise, and take it from someone who, even though I've made strength and conditioning a part of what I do when I exercise, I'm still getting injured. And that's because when you exercise a lot, then there is going to be a lot of wear and tear on the body. There is going to be a lot of forces exerted and pressures and technique flaws that are going to highlight these things. And the more strength and conditioning you do, the better. And you might be sitting there thinking, well, I don't get injured, so I'm all right. Take it from me, from someone who's been exercising for the entirety of their life for nearly 40 years without stopping, that eventually it will catch up with you. And I got away with, when I started triathlon, when I started taking it seriously, I got away without being injured for the good first few years because I was moving up the distances. But the more you do, the more you're likely to. And I'm assuming if you're watching this that your aim is that you are building a lifetime relationship with exercise, which is excellent. But it does mean that you're going to need to factor in these extra things. And I hope that my experiences can help other people to minimize their chances of injury and improve the quality of their training and racing experience. The last thing is that next week, if you're watching this the day that the video goes out on the Sunday, next Sunday I will be doing my 260 kilometer Zwift challenge, 7.5 probably-ish hours on Zwift. I will be putting it live on Facebook and Instagram throughout the day, and I'll also have a Zoom set up so that if people wanted to drop by and say hi or train or come up, you know, and cycle with me for a little while on their turbos, I'll put the details out in the week. Look out for that. It will probably be on the YouTube channel. I'll probably put a post, or I'll talk about it on Thursday with more details. But if you want to come and join me for that, for any part of it, then myself and Rich are doing it next week. And that's the first of my big five challenges. Who knows where the next will take us? I have the 260 kilometers, then I have the virtual Everesting, then I have an Ironman, and then I have London Marathon and New York Marathon. First of the big five. Let's hope to chalk it off. Let's hope this back injury clears up. And I'll see you on Tuesday for the tutorial.